I just thought of this random thought, but do you think some people are born racist? Because
No, I think it's taught.
Because I feel like whenever I was a little kid and I was around people who were different color or looked different than me, like I didn't care. Even when I could barely speak and I was like, buddy, I want to be your friend. But then sometimes I would go around other people and they wouldn't want to be my friend and they could barely speak. So I'm just wondering, like,
I don't think it is. I think it's learned because when you're young, when you're that young, your brain is such like a sponge, and you can absorb, even if you don't remember what happened at that time. Because I don't remember anything before 5 years old.
I remember very young.
Yeah,
like 3.
I think you told me that.
My dad remembers being 2.
Yeah, so I don't remember that, but my memory's not the best. But I do know that when you're that young, your brain is just absorbing everything it sees.
Right.
And the reason why I say that, it's from experience. I grew up a pastor's kid, still a pastor's kid, but I remember the first movie that I went to.
Still a kid.
The first movie that I went to the theaters was the first Ninja Turtle movie. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Classic. Just saying. Great movie.
The 1989 version.
The 1989 version. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad put me onto everything 80s and 70s.
Great. So you know all the goods. So we were in the theater, me and Dad. I was sitting here, he was sitting to my left, and whenever it was at the beginning of the movie and Raphael lost a sai, like one of his weapons, and then they were walking in the sewers, and they, the other 3 walked ahead, and then he looked at his one side and he said, "Damn." And then as a kid, what do? I immediately repeat it because Raphael is my favorite turtle.
Me too.
Yeah. And so I repeat, as soon as he said "damn" on the screen, I said "damn." And my dad went whack, like right there on my leg. And so that's just my experience of, like, as soon as I saw it and heard it, favorite turtle, I said it.
Right,
so
I see what you're saying.
The absorption of things.
Well, what about this? I come from a lot of family who is racist.
Okay.
And I never was.
Well, but
they were trying to make me be racist. Just be like, don't.
That's interesting. That's an interesting perspective.
That's what makes me think, like, maybe are you born to not? I don't know.
I think it's a great question.
That is a good question. I have a hard time.
It's a philosophical question. And my answer to that is, I don't think we're born racist any more than we're born non-racist.
Right.
We're completely neutral. We're like empty canvases just ready to be painted. And so
I do think people are born with common sense.
Yeah, well,
right.
See,
that's actually not true. I don't believe that.
I don't even think that. I don't think we're born with common sense. The only thing we're born with is the proclivity to sin. Because
that's good. That's good. Oh, go.
Yeah,
right. That's great. Yes.
Yeah. So
because we're born into sins, we're born sinners. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Well, I would say we're born with the proclivity to sin. I wouldn't even say we're born sinners. It depends on. I mean, we become sinners, but we haven't sinned yet, right? Mm-hmm. So we're open to sin. We're subjected to it, which is why racism exists. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't necessarily mean we're born racist. Mm-hmm. It means that we choose to be racist or we choose not to be racist.
I saw.
I think, and actually, racism's an interesting thing. I don't even think it exists. But go ahead. Well, we'll have that conversation later.
I saw a video because that's what we do these days: is spend all of our time on social media. And it had these 2 little toddlers running at each other. One was a black toddler, one was a white toddler, and they were just
best friends.
Yeah, they were just loving each other, hugging each other.
That's how I was.
And they said on the video, like, racism is taught.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so that examples like that are what tell me, because I was driving last night, bro, and I have learned that I just have to keep my mouth shut unless they kind of start or spark the conversation. But I'm recording everything now. Like
that's smart.
Yeah. And this black lady, I picked her up at the grocery store. She bought a lot of frozen food, so she was stacking up her fridge because she cooks for her family, and we talked about that. But then whenever we passed this barbecue place, she said, "Oh, that barbecue place was so good." And she knows barbecue by her culture doing it. This is how she said it. She's like, "But that barbecue place is ran by, people with your culture." And I was like,
"That's crazy.
My culture?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm like, white people."
So like I guess it lost points to her because it wasn't what she wanted to be ran by.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, no. She was saying it was a good place. Like, she was telling me I should go try this out.
But why did she need to mention that?
Exactly. No,
Right.
you're right about that. Yeah. Because she was trying to say that she was shocked that it was ran by white people.
Oh, okay.
You know, and because
It's always
it was so
a shocker
good.
when white people cook good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was. I shock myself sometimes when it comes to cooking. That's so good.
Are you saying you cook like a black person?
It depends on the dish.
Nick.
Yes,
Nice.
man. My pot roast is divine.
So here's a question. Here's a question along the lines of your question. Are black people and white people different?
Man, I feel like at the end of the day, we're not. But I feel like when you are raised a certain way, then you can come out a certain way. You know, I always look at people.
Yeah.
Like I like follow this rapper. He talks about, he's white, but he talks about how he was became an orphan, and
Ronald.
He's from South Florida, but anyways, he became an orphan, and like a black family took him, and he essentially he thinks he's black, but he doesn't say like any of those terms or anything like that, but he feels like he's black.
He was marinated in black culture,
right?
Basically.
So when if you just hear his voice and you don't see his face, you will think he's black.
Yeah.
You know?
Really? Okay. That's one of those like you get someone on the phone and you're about to meet them and you have a total different mental image of him. Then you see him, you're like, oh.
So you know, my dad's best friend is like opposite. He's black, and he was raised by white people.
Okay.
And if you just talk to him over the phone, I would listen to my dad talk to him on the phone. I just think that's a white guy. Yeah. You know?
Wow.
He sounds like this and laughs like.
Shut up, you stupid. Okay. I'm so off track thinking right now because of you, Nick. Last thing I want to ask you about is your social media, because you. Because I was reaching out to you because I think all I had was your email at that time, but I was just communicating with you through social media, through Instagram.
Yeah,
that's how we got connected to get you on the podcast. And then I went back to follow up. I'm the follow up king of the company, so I went back to follow up, make sure you're going to come, because we've had people flake, and it said you cannot communicate with disabled accounts. I'm like, what? I didn't block him. What the crap? And so
so basically, you know, I've been an on and off bachelor for a long time. You know, I've been engaged multiple times. When I'm engaged, I'm very committed to one person. Okay. But whenever I'm single, I'm single. So I had like scaled my Instagram to 4,000 followers, and you know, a lot of them were girls. But if it didn't like work out the way that they would want it to, they would report my account.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And flag it, you know. And that's basically what happened. I had a TikTok, same thing. You know, I grew it to like 4,000 followers, and they would do the same thing. You know, even on Tinder, I've been taken off of Tinder like 5 times because girls that I've dated in the past, they're like, if I can't have him, no one can. So they immediately try to report my account. Yeah. After you get reported like 6, 7, 10 times, they'll just take your account down at that point, especially if they're all saying the same thing. So
I've had 2 accounts taken down. So
I mean, I was getting traction. So like in May, I was posting, I just was like, let me just try this. So I started posting. My first video had 1,000 views of never trying. And then from there, like I was getting, my page said in 30 days, I had 250,000 views from never doing anything before ever. Just started posting, no sponsorships. And then I got 1,000 followers in 30 days. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I bought like all the recording equipment because I backpacked through Europe for 3 weeks in August. And literally the week before I was going to go and vlog the whole thing, account got taken down.
Oh my gosh.
But you know,
they're destructive. They're a destructive force, man.
It's women, bro. Like, okay, look,
that's what I'm saying.
I love my girlfriend. My girlfriend is amazing. Like you've seen what my girlfriend has done for me. I will say nothing bad about her.
Of course.
And she's,
there are always,
for lack of better terms, I'm going to say this because I'm very confident about this. She's obedient. Like she asked me permission to post certain things.
I've never had a girl like that before.
I haven't either.
Not yet.
I haven't either. It's amazing.
And she's in California.
Yeah, she's a lonely Trump supporter in California. It is absolutely amazing. But I will say this. And I actually find this very, very attractive about her. She's the same way. If she can't have me, she doesn't want anybody to have me.
Right, of course.
She sent me this meme one time where it says, "If you don't, this is how I am. If you don't like it, there's the door." And then when the door opens, there's a brick wall.
Nice. As there should be.
As there should be.
Yeah, we should have you on for another episode and just talk women, modern women.
Oh, dude, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be fun.
But yeah,
it'd be
Go ahead.
Lots of blood.
So I just wanted to talk about this. Whenever I was 17 years old, I was talking to my best friend, and it was something where he was like applying for a job, and I was like, man, I really hope you get this job, man. It's gonna be your first job. You're gonna have some money. And he was just like, if God wants it, I'll get it, and if I don't, then it'll happen whenever it's right. And it just like blew my mind. I was like, wow, you're right. Like,
that's faith.
We can't just like, it will happen when it's supposed to. So whenever my account got taken down, I just was like, you know what? It sucks, but life is taking me a different way. Now my screen time on my phone went from 8 hours a day to like 3. And now I'm like, now I feel like a millennial again and not so much a Gen Z. So I like this, I actually fall asleep at a better time. Like I was falling asleep at 2 a.m. every day scrolling. Now I go to bed at like 11. So this is good for me,
No, that's good.
Can I give you some advice when it comes to social media? And this is because I've had 2 accounts taken down via Instagram, and they were both disabled. They were both kind of the same scenarios of what you're going through because of, I don't know if it was women or just people in general that they just didn't like what I was putting out. I put up a scripture one time and I got reported.
Wow.
So this is what I would encourage you to do. And this is what I found to be the most successful, especially, our Instagram is our biggest account right now. And so we're approaching 36,000 followers, and I don't spend much time on Instagram other than posting. So when it comes to like your vlogs and everything that you're doing, I would say always post it on TikTok, but you need to produce more than you consume.
That's definitely my problem because I'm like communicating with a lot of people. Like I was using Instagram as a dating app.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean,
I used to, Erica, I love you. I'm not saying this to upset you, but I used to do the same thing. Okay, and I found that to not be the best way to do it.
That's for sure was the demise of my account.
Yeah, but I did meet Erica on TikTok.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a one of a kind unicorn. Just saying.
Yeah, one of a kind unicorn.
One of a kind unicorn.
Only she's not actually a unicorn. She is a girl.
So, Nick, you understand.